the performance last night, what are you doing to motivate the team for the game tomorrow?
I don't think I had to do a thing actually in reflection. I think most of the guys felt, like they didn't play up to what they'd like to play to. Minnesota had something to do with it. You always have to give, some credit to your opponent.
Derek went as far to call it a reckless game. Are you guys disappointed? Disrespectful to the game, the way you guys played. Were his comments spoken about today?
No.
Do you agree with him? Was his place as a captain to make a statement like that?
I think his opinion is valued. Disrespect is a potent word in our society now, and I don't know if it was total disrespect, but I think it was unconscious, just lack of a real conscious effort. What we're trying to get accomplished out there. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that Minnesota had a defensive plan, and they executed it, and they kept us at bay.
Yeah, 15 minutes for Luke last night. You just trying to work him back in, and what his stat sheet wasn't.
Well, I thought maybe he could help box out a guy like Love, and with Lamar and Ron in foul trouble a large part of the game. Probably for 15 to 20 minutes of the game actually. It affects our team performance, and Luke has the ability to help us out.
Are you guys expecting every team to come out and play hard, potentially to give you your first loss of the season?
I think it's no doubt that everybody's going to play hard. This isn't just any team. When you have a championship behind you, that teams want to play and compete because the fans come to see the game, and they want to see that happen. So. We have our work cut out for us every night.
Is this your best team ever?
I can't call that the best team ever that we played at last night, but we have the potential to be very good, one of the best.
In terms of with Denver and Waller, especially as like what impact he has on you guys do?
Yes, he's got good length. He's likes to get up in a passing situation that makes it tough for Kobe to catch and not have easy access for the ball. He contests well on shots. He's got good help in the backside from their type of defense they play. And offensively, he stays active and busy and keeps Kobe occupied defensively too. So at both ends of the court, he has been effective.
Is that half the battle when you're up against Kobe is just to make sure he's occupied?
At the other end of the floor? Yeah. I mean, you have to make guys work both ends of the court. That was one of the things that, we had to, contest within the Oklahoma series last year was, how much would they occupy Kobe at the end of the floor was Cephalosha. And, eventually we ended up going with Kobe matched up with
So you guys
their point guard, whatever his name is.
still talking about
Excuse me.
all these questions?
Excuse me.
You paused for so long.
I couldn't remember her name, Senior moment going on.
I'm trying to have those myself. With all this talk about last night's game,
Yeah.
where you guys played, should this team think about that or just move on to the next game, which is Denver?
Well, you want to go back and, try and figure out what you can do better. It's not so much as a stopping point or, a point in which we're going to have losses. There's no doubt. This is a long season, so.
No 82-0, huh?
We know we're going to have losses. So, in the process, I sometimes tell a team maybe it would have been better if we lost that game to win it because you think that, you're okay because the end score was all right. But, as long as we go back and cover some of the spots that we made mistakes in, I think it helps.
So it's okay then for us to ask you those thousands of questions again about last night's
Well,
lackluster play, uneventful play, or however
Yeah.
you want to call it, seamless.
I mean, I was impressed with Kobe, and his play was great. Sometimes, his ability to get shots and carry the load, puts other guys at bay. They don't play the same way because they don't have the same, motivation or animation or activity level. So, that's one of the things that maybe slowed the game down. And the other thing is that, we had, a team that just, pounded us on the board. And when you get 27 offensive chances, due to offensive rebounds, it really helps.
It seemed like that was the first time this year where you guys had that Kobe takeover moment when the team wasn't playing. And many moments when the team wasn't playing.
Right.
What are the mechanics of figuring out when that's appropriate and when it's not?
It's very touch and go. And this is one of the most critical things about a game, and sometimes, it's makes for, lopsided games, or, games where guys stand around and watch, and, those things happen at times in this NBA game where, offenses get stymied or teams get stymied, or, someone gets very hot, or either that or feels it's his job to, provide that impetus to help us win. So it becomes something that has to rest on the individual shoulders and the coaches, really. So, it's up to me to get that message across, and it's up to the individual to have a, kind of governor on it, too.
Too early for it last night, do you think?
No, I don't. I mean, he felt it. We always like to run Kobe and ride him when he feels like he's got rhythm and he's shooting the ball well. Second half, it wasn't. He didn't have that. I mean, it wasn't going as well for him, and consequently, it made it a little more difficult for us.
What about Paul Gasol? Paul Gasol, every day is going better.
Well, he did touch the ball very much last night, and he was very disappointed in the ball game. You could read his facial expressions that a lot of things weren't going the right way for him. But we got some things to happen for him, and he had a line that looks good.